Hi, I recently received a request or a suggestion, thank you, to share some of my thought process on creating prompts when working or in collaborating with AI. I think for me, the most important factor when working with AI is to remind myself that it's a conversation. That this isn't, I've almost never had a one query or one prompt conversation with AI. There are 5, 6, sometimes a dozen. Sometimes the conversation takes place over many days if I'm planning a trip, for example. So I like to keep in mind, it's natural at this point that there will be more queries that I make of the robot as we collaborate together to get to a desired product. When I start working with a robot, I start with what I want, and usually giving AI some context or background information is helpful. So as opposed to saying I need a lesson plan for third graders, I would be more specific, obviously, right? So I want a lesson plan for third graders about monarch butterflies. I want it to target different levels of Bloom's taxonomy, and I want that focus to be on synthesis and evaluation. And then from there, I can refine further. So for example, if I had asked AI to design an experiment that tested the hypothesis that the rate of photosynthesis in plants, I'm looking at my houseplants, increases with higher light intensity. Once I got that experiment from AI, I might then ask it, what are some potential sources of error or bias in your experimental design? And then how do we minimize or account for them? Again, continuing the conversation based on what we, the human, wants and needs. Something else I like to try to do is to encourage the robot to be creative. Excuse me. My brain's only going to go so far, right? Like, this is what I've got up here. I feel like when I talk to AI, that's got like all of human thought within it. So what else is in there that could be helpful to me? I don't even know. So how do I extract that from the robot? So I might ask it, how can we make this recipe even more special? How would you feel if you read this feedback? So tapping into what the robot can see. If I give it a data set, what patterns do you see? What do you think I ought to be paying attention to, dear AI? So when I can, I'm going like this. I like to extract from the robot that which my own brain wouldn't think of. And then finally consider how long, so what is the desired length in the format of the response? Are we looking for a one-page worksheet? Are we trying to design a 5-stop ramen crawl in southern New Hampshire? Is this a 15-minute reading exercise we want to create with AI? Or are we working on a 3-sentence parent communication about an upcoming field trip? So we can refine, obviously, with format and length. So those are my thoughts and strategies on how I create prompts, and I will put some of this down below in the show notes. Thanks so much.